Hello, welcome to Microlocity. A few weeks ago I posted a video and I asked for some information about this car. I did not know the maker based on the markings on the bottom or the wheels, but I knew it was something better than just a generic car based on the quality of it. I mean, it's not like a Hot Wheel quality, but being an all metal casting, it's pretty heavy. The suspension works pretty well, and this one in particular I've had for about 30 years, so it had a lot of play when I was little. So someone commented that it was Zee Toy, and I looked it up and they were correct. And I looked up some history of Zee Toy, and I found the information interesting, and it shed a little bit of light on all the cars that are in front of you now. See, most of these, well, actually all of these I've had since I was little, and I don't know where they came from. I don't remember going to the store and picking any of these out. I don't remember the blister pack they were in. And once I started looking up the history, I started seeing some of these cars, and it kind of brought back a little bit of the memory. But the history was kind of neat. I guess the Zee Toy, I only have one in front of you that says Zee Toy on the bottom, and that's this one here. This one I know I've had most of my life. So this is at least from the early 80s, if not earlier. You can see at the bottom in that circle it says ZEE for Zee Toys. And then I guess for a while that's their number and letter system. So I think they only use like 2 or 3, I think 3 letters. And I don't know what any of it means, but that's how you can tell on some of their castings that it's a Zee Toy. So they started in the 60s, and I guess Zee Toy is the American version, and Zylmax is the Hong Kong version, and I'm not sure about any other countries. But if you look up Zee Toys, you will also see the name Zylmax. And these cars were made by Zoll Enterprises. And they're based in Hong Kong. It's at ZYLL. I believe that's how you say it. So in the early 80s, a company called Intex Corporation became the distributor of Zee Toys for the US. They brought along, or they added another brand called MC Toy. And so that's what is on the bottom of most of these in front of you here. I'll show you this one here. So see, it says MC Toy, and they're all made in Macau, I believe. There's a gold sticker on almost all of these. So the MC Toy, which is very similar to the original Zee Toys. Most of them have suspension, and they're all almost always plastic-based metal body. There's some of them, like the GTO I showed you, that has a metal body, metal base. There's a few others I have here, but for the most part, from what I've seen, they're almost always plastic base metal body. So Zee Toy, MC Toy, they had light and sound functions on some of them, which I don't have any of those, and they also had color changers. I have a few of those. This one was a color changer. This one was this blue MR2, and then this one used to be, until all the paint peeled off. I remember as a kid the paint just chipping off in huge chips. So I believe in the early 90s, Intex and MC Toy parted ways. So MC Toy became Maisto, which I believe that's how you say that. So, see, this is a Maisto from the mid to later 90s. And as you can see, the wheels are the same. This has suspension on it, just like the MC Toys. And I'm not sure at what point, but Maisto got rid of their suspension and they were just all hard rollers. And to me that was a bad move. I remember as a kid I started getting those and I didn't want them anymore. They just sounded really cheap, and I'm not sure if they are still like that. I know they still sell them, but I think the best of the Maisto diecast, at least the 1/64 scale, were the mid to later 90s. Okay, so that's what happened with MC Toy. They became Maisto. So Intex they were replaced with Zoll Enterprises. So they got rid of Intex, Zoll Enterprises took over in the early 90s. And then another company called Redbox Toy, they became the owner of Zylmax. I know it's a little confusing. Zylmax in '96 went out of business, and in 1997 they sold their dyes and trademarks to another company in Hong Kong, which I could not find the information on. So the company that took over Zylmax, the Redbox Toy Factory, Redbox Toy Factory, they introduced Motormax. So Motormax, I've never heard of Motormax. I don't remember seeing them in the stores. I tried to Google some images on it and I don't recognize any of them, so maybe they weren't even released in the US. I have no idea. But I don't have any of those. And they said that they used some of the old Zylmax castings, which a lot of these castings are pretty nice. And they made some new castings as well. So that's my little history of Zee Toys. If you come across any, if you're out hunting at like antique shops or flea markets, I would suggest just don't pass them up. Pick them up. They are actually pretty decent die cast. I mean, I wouldn't really say they're equal to Hot Wheels, or probably never were. But as for play, they were a great toy. You can see they all held up pretty well. So that's about all I got. I think I'll do a video on each casting here, just kind of show you real quick. I'll do a separate video on that. But that's all for this video. So I hope I got all the information right. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.